Place your hands on your lap and with your eyes closed, slowly begin to exhale your breath all the way out. Breathe in through your nostrils, please. Out through your mouth, exhale. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth, exhale. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Stretch your arms over your head. Reach up to your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, side out. Let it go. With your eyes closed and your hands together at your heart, take a few rounds of breath on your own. If you can, please, breathing in and out through just your nostrils now. Press your palms together kind of firmly, just really intentionally. Breathing through your nostrils is a chance to feel your breath in your own body, to build your own unique rhythm of breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. Notice that there's sound coming from your breath. We're gonna make that sound louder, more, turn up the volume on it. So as you exhale, move the breath through the back of the throat so it vibrates the vocal cords. And you should hear the sound of breath filling up the space around you as a loud whisper or the distant sound of the ocean. As you inhale, do the same thing, pulling the breath back in across the back of the throat. And maybe it sounds more like air being put into a tire. Working your breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Sound and energy building in the breath. Let's set the intention for our practice today. Notice when we move around, not just in yoga, actually really specifically outside of yoga. Let's just examine your day 24 hours from this moment back, okay? I'm just gonna make a few suggestions. You probably got up and brushed your teeth, and in that position of brushing your teeth, maybe you then made some coffee or breakfast. From there, you might have got on your computer or your phone, then took the dogs for a walk, and so on. Maybe you made lunch and chopped some vegetables and read a nice book in the afternoon, all leading you to this point here and now. The point I'm making is that over 90% of our day-to-day life experience is putting our body in a certain position, and that's usually a forward folded position with our shoulders rounding forward and varies, but a hip flexion at the hips, the waist. So you're tilting forward, leaning forward, rounding back. And this month, our theme is balance. So today's practice is about finding balance within our regular movement. And today we're gonna focus on moving the other direction, moving against the back body, back bending, opening your heart. It's a really powerful practice, opening your heart. It energizes the body. It allows for an open expansion of your chest so that you can get more breath into your body. You can feel more energized and more vitality. And this back bending practice is really special because it helps to provide a counterbalance to our day-to-day movement. Let's move together into this balance. Hands to your heart, exhale your breath out. Inhale for Om. Om. Blink your eyes open. Let's start to move. Come onto your hands and knees, everybody. Spread your fingers nice and wide, hands under shoulders and knees under hips. You're going to shift your weight forward, leaning forward into your knuckles a little bit more. And now lift just your palms up, keeping your knuckles down. We'll do that a few times. Lower your palms and lift your palms. Then lower your palms and lift your palms. We'll go for 5, lower lift, 4, lower lift, 3, lower lift, 2, lower lift, 1, lower and lift and lower. Okay, come up now. Same thing, but now we're coming up to our fingertips. Lean forward a little bit. Come up to your fingertips. Press through your finger pads. Come back to a flat hand. Notice the tendency to lean back a little bit here. Try to keep your weight forward, shoulders over wrists. Ready? Come up to your fingertips and back down to your hands, up to your fingertips, back down to your hands. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay on your fingertips. 1, pause, press to your fingertips, bring your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, cat pose. And this is sort of that shape I was talking about, where we spend a good chunk of our day-to-day life almost in a shape similar to this in the body, where the upper back is a little bit rounded, the chin might be lightly tucked, there's a little bit of hinging happening at the hips. And we're going to move to find balance in the body by moving the opposite direction. Spin your inner thighs back into cow pose. Okay, inner thighs press back. You're going to pull your chest forward and up. Go ahead and even turn your gaze up to the sky. Start to let your body know we're going to move into this shape today. Exhale, cat pose, chin to chest. Tuck your tailbone round into your back. If you can, you're still on your fingertips. Inhale, cow pose. Spin your thighs back, lift into your chest. One more time, exhale, cat pose, chin to chest, round into your back. Inhale, cow pose, thighs back, lift into your heart. Very good, everyone. Come back to a nice flat back position. Palms are flat on the ground, spine is neutral. Turn your palms face up, please, and point your fingers in towards each other. Fingers point towards each other, palms face up. Wiggle your fingers a little bit, roll out your thumbs, then rock side to side, please. Rocking side to side while pressing down into the backs of your hands and wiggling your fingers and rolling out your thumbs. You should feel a pretty generous stretch through your tops of your hands, then your forearms. You have your flexors and the extensors, hopefully getting a nice good stretch. Pausing over the center of the hands so that your palms are still face up, your fingers are still turning in. We'll do 5 push-ups here. Elbows go wide, lower your shoulders down to your fingertips. Press through your hands, extend your arms, and wrap your inner elbows in. Squeeze your forearms towards each other. All right, again, elbows wide and elbows squeeze together. 3 more times just like that. Elbows go wide, elbows squeeze together. 2 more times like that. Elbows go wide, elbows squeeze together. 1 more time. Elbows go wide and elbows squeeze together, please. Turn your palms face down and point your fingers back towards your thighs. Fingers pointing back to your thighs, palms face down. Shift your weight forward. Let's take another round of cat-cow. Chin to your chest, rock forward, round your spine, slurp in the belly, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, cow pose. Move your thighs back, lift into your chest, push your butt to your heels a little bit. So the other great thing about back bending is it helps just create more mobility in the spine. You become, I guess, freer in a sense, right? Our motion, our movement becomes a lot more free, a lot less limited and restricted. Rock forward, cat pose, chin to chest, tuck your tailbone, lean forward. Inhale, move your hips back and lift your chest up. I see this quote every once in a while on Instagram, and it says, "You're as young as your spine is healthy." And even though I don't necessarily believe that, I do feel like there's a certain truth to that, like a certain amount of freedom and mobility that's allowed to you when you treat your spine well. Rock forward, cat pose, chin to chest. 1 more time, lean into it, tuck your tailbone. And we'll take 1 more time, cow pose. Move your hips back, pause and hold it, hips to your heels. Take a moment to set your own intention in your practice. You don't need to force anything specific or You don't need to arrive in a special place today. We're looking for balance, whether that means you take a really big back bend today or just something really light and easy for you. Looking for balance over an expected shape. Come back to sit onto your heels, please. Shake out your hands a little bit. Hopefully your wrists feel nice and stretched out. Walk your hands back right alongside your feet. Lean back if you can. Press your knees down into the ground. Maybe you pick up one knee at a time. Sort of feel it out. Stretching the tops of your ankles now, anterior tibialis, tops of the feet. And then you can take the other side, one knee at a time. If that feels really good, move slowly, move cautiously, move carefully. Maybe both knees will come up. You can take it all the way up to your toes if you want. This could be a pretty tricky position to make sure before you push yourself into it or force yourself into it that you feel really strong, you're confident, comfortable here. You're not going to fall back. One more breath. It's helpful if you keep your legs a little active. I'm kind of flexing my thigh muscles. Lower your knees back down to the ground, but keep your hands where they are. You're going to puff up your chest and roll your shoulders back. This is our first big back bend. It's a very, very subtle camel pose. Shoulders back, chest up, spin your inner thighs down to the ground. Inner thighs pressing down. Take one more breath here. Roll the shoulders back, lift into your chest. Walk your hands forward, please. Let's come into a tabletop position. Please reach your left arm out to your left side. Then wrap your left arm underneath you and land on the back of your left shoulder, down onto the left side of your head. So your left arm is reaching out to the left. You can place your right hand down right in front of your face and twist. Oh, that feels really good. Or walk your right hand to the top of the mat and roll your right elbow, right shoulder back. Idea here is that you're twisting at the waist. Your hips are anchored right over your knees. So see if you can make your anchor a little bit more grounded. Tone your thighs, spin your inner thighs back a little bit to broaden your hips. Ooh, some good cracks and pops happening here. Move your hips a little bit over to the left, and now roll your right shoulder back, twist. Very good. Please bring your right hand back down, right in front of your face if it's not there already. Push down through your right hand, sweep your left arm up to the sky, and now take a big step back with your left foot. Come into a supported side plank on your right side. Reach your top arm forward over your head. Stretch long into your left side body. Reach forward through your left fingertips. Look up, lean back a little bit. Press to your left foot, reach to your left hand. Please step your left foot all the way forward to the top of the mat. Look forward, look down. Left foot steps forward, please. Bend into your left knee. Keep reaching your left hand forward, out in front of you. We'll do this 3 times. Circle your left arm up, circle your left arm back, and grab a hold of your right foot, please, if you can. Left hand to right foot. Give it a nice little squeeze. Heel to bump. Very good. And then we'll release it. Reach your left hand forward this time. You can place the left hand down, straighten your left leg. Flex your toes, move your hips back. Flex the toes, push your heel down. Flex the toes and fold in, nose to knees. Inhale, rock forward again, lunge. Reach your left hand forward, circle your left arm up. Reach back behind you, grab your right foot. Once again, squeeze your heel to your bum as you scissor your thighs together. Push out through your legs. Release the back foot, reach forward, straighten your left leg. Flex your toes, flex your quads. Drop your gaze. One more like that. Inhale, rock forward, circle your left arm up. Reach it back and grab your right foot. Squeeze your heel to your bum. Release the foot, reach your left hand forward. This time, tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee, and straighten your front leg. Your toes are flexed, your legs are active. You're spinning your inner right thigh back, right? Inner right thigh back, wrapping your outer left hip underneath you. Then from the center of your hips, you're gonna push down into your feet and fold a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Oh, I think that feels really good. All right, please push down into your hands a lot and start to drag your left foot up and back. 3-legged dog, left leg goes up to the sky, please. Once your left leg is lifted, stack your left hip over your right hip. Press through your hands a lot. Lift your left knee up to the ceiling. Wrap your right hip underneath you more. So you're keeping the right side from collapsing. Pull your right hip back. Press through your right hand a lot. Then lift your left knee and hip a little higher. One more breath here. Inhale, extend your left leg out. Big breath in. Stretch your left toes up to the ceiling. Exhale, rock forward. We'll do this 3 times. Rock forward, bring your left knee to tap your left arm. Lift your thigh into your ribs. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. 2 more like that. Left knee to tap your left arm, rock forward. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. This time we're gonna hold it here. Rock forward, bring your left knee to tap your left arm. Stay there. Lower your left knee down to the ground, please. Left knee comes down. Lift your right leg up off the ground. Your left knee is down and your right leg is lifted. You're still on both of your hands. Press through your hands a lot. Try to fill up your back a little bit. Inner right thigh is lifted. Engage the right glute. If you can, reach your left hand forward now and find a little bit of balance. Belly in, push through your right hand a lot. You're gonna take your left arm up and back, reach back behind you and grab your right foot. Once you have the foot in your hand, give it a generous kick. It's okay if you don't make the connection. Just do your best. Maybe you're just reaching back without connecting. Everybody, if you have the foot, lift your right thigh. Lift your right toes. Lift your chest. Good, nice, Jim. Inhale, extend it back out. Right arm, right leg reaches back. Left arm reaches forward. Place both hands and knees down to the ground. So good, friends. Lean forward, lower your chest and chin down to the ground. Hips are lifted, elbows into the ribs. Slide forward, Cobra Pose. Press the tops of your feet down. Pin your elbows back and stretch the bottom of your heart forward. Exhale, take it back. Child's pose. Right away, come back up onto your hands and knees so we can move through that one more time on the right side. Right arm reaches out to the right, please. Thread your right arm underneath you and land on the back of your right shoulder. Land on the right side of your head. And stretch, twist. Reach to your right fingertips. Maybe you walk your left hand to the top of the mat and you're twisting a little bit deeper. Roll your left shoulder back. Roll your left elbow back. Couple of deep breaths here. Can you make your foundation, your anchor even stronger? Tone your thighs. Broaden your hips by spinning your inner thighs back. Move your hips a little bit to the right. Draw the navel in. Twist. Lean back. Look up. Please bring your left hand back down in front of your face. Press your way up to supported side plank on the left side. Left hand down, right foot steps back. Right arm is going to circle up, forward, lean back. Big stretch into your right side body. Look down to the top of the mat, please, and step your right foot all the way forward to the top of the mat. Keep reaching your right fingertips forward as you lunge. Bend into your right knee, stretch through your fingertips. Now circle your right arm up and back. Grab a hold of your left foot and give it a good squeeze if you can. Squeezing your heel to your bum, right? Making sure you're not losing your lunge. So see if you can keep lunging as you squeeze the heel in. Release the back foot, circle your right arm forward, place your right hand down. This time we'll straighten the right leg. Flex your toes, flex your thigh muscles, flex your toes, press your right heel down. Flex your toes, stretch out through your chest, fold in a little bit deeper. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Circle the right arm forward, circle it up, reach back and grab your left foot. Give it a good squeeze again. Look over your right shoulder if you can. Nice twist. These twisting movements will also help to create more mobility in our spine, helping to take away from those forward fold actions that we pretty much live through the rest of our day. Release the back foot, circle your right arm forward. Again, straighten your right leg. Flex your toes, flex your thighs, pull your hips back, fold in nice and deep. Try to get your leg muscles active here. Right thigh flex. Rock forward and lunge. One more time. Circle the right arm forward, up and back. Grab your foot and squeeze, heel to bum, twist, lean back. Release the back foot, circle the right arm around, pick up your back knee, straight legs this time. We'll hold it for a few breaths. See if you can really get this right leg to be active. Quadricep flexed and engaged. Scissor your thighs together. Press your left thigh back. Wrap your right hip under. Fold a little bit deeper. Push to your hands, please, and sweep your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Once your right leg is lifted, bend your right knee. Stack your right hip over your left hip. See if you can keep your left side body from collapsing. Push through your left hand. Take your outer left hip up and wrap it underneath you a little bit more. Then take your right hip up and over a little bit more. Your next inhale, extend your right leg up to the sky. Reach your toes to the ceiling 3 times. Bring your right knee to your right shoulder. Rock forward, tap your arm. Inhale, send your right leg up and back. Try not to rush it. Right knee into your chest or to your shoulder side. Right knee taps your right arm. Inhale, send it up and back. Also squeezing your heel to your bum. Rock forward, right knee to your shoulder. Squeeze your heel to your butt. Good, Monica. And then lower your right knee down to the ground. Right knee comes down. Lift your left leg up. Pause and balance for just a moment. Belly in. Press to your hands. Fullness in the back. Now reach your right arm forward, please. Keep that strong balance here. Circle your right arm up and reach back to grab your left foot. Nice, hold it. Kick the foot into your hand if you have it. Lift your chest, lift your left thigh. Pull your right shoulder back a little bit more. You got it, Lauren. Push through your left hand a lot. One more breath. Good, Barry. Lift your thigh a little bit more. Nice, Jessica. Reach your right arm forward. Reach your left leg back. Big stretch. Place both hands and knees down to the ground. So good, everyone. Rock forward, lower down, chest and chin. Slide forward, Cobra Pose. Pull your heart forward, lift into your chest. Take it back, downward facing dog, please. Inhale, lift up to your tiptoes. Exhale, go ahead and lift your left leg up to the sky. Breathe in, that's an inhale. Then step your left foot just forward of your right foot. Bring your left heel to land just in front of your right big toe. Now lift your right leg up. Same thing, step your right foot just forward of your left big toe. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot just forward of your right foot. Right leg lifts up. Step your right foot just forward of your left foot. Let's do one more. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot next to your left foot. Nice job, everybody. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine, please. Exhale, forward fold, bring your nose to your knees. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. Grab a hold of your right wrist, side bend to your left side. Tone your thighs, engage your glutes, draw your belly in, then stretch. Press your right hip to the right, reach your right fingertips to the left. Pick it up and switch sides. Grab your left wrist, pull up and arch over. Keep your legs strong, core engaged, left hip to the left. Inhale, pick it up. Cactus your arms. So this is really a nice backbend to prep for deeper backbends as we move into our practice. Think about your back muscles helping out to open up the front body, right? For the most part, when we engage the muscles on one part of the body, the other side of the body will lengthen, right? We did it with our quadriceps in the first few lunges we did. When you flex your thigh muscle, the back of the thigh, the hamstring gets longer. The same thing here. When we engage the muscles on the upper back, the upper chest will open. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Now move your shoulder blades down to your back pockets. Notice how that really opens your heart here. Very nice, hopefully feels good. Chair pose, inhale, reach your arms up, move your hips back. Now we're gonna shift our awareness into our legs. See if you can keep your chest open and lift it. Hug your shins in towards each other. Spin your inner thighs down to the ground. It should make your outer hips feel like they're getting broader. Shins in, thighs down, sit into that space. Drop your hips a little bit lower. Nice, Monica Vittorio. Exhale, forward fold, please. Very good job, everybody. Inhale, lift up. Halfway, lengthen your spine. Pull the bottom of your heart forward as you extend out through the chest, through the spine. Place your hands down, and you can choose how you get there. You might step or hop back. We'll meet in a chaturanga and move through our vinyasa. Step or hop back. If you're hopping back, want to make sure you're landing with bent elbows, okay? Step or hop back. Cobra Pose. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot just forward of your left foot and repeat. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot just forward of your right foot, coming heel to big toe. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps forward. Do your best. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps forward one more time. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps between the hands. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps between the hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to standing. Take your arms up. Grab your left wrist, side bend to the right side, belly in, glutes engaged, spin your thighs back. Come back up, grab your right wrist. Same thing, thighs back, glutes engaged, draw your belly in. Inhale, back up, cactus the arms, work your back muscles. Shoulder blades down the back, bottom of the heart lifts up to the sky. Chair pose, active legs, shins in, inner thighs spiral down. Broaden your hips, then sit through that space, get low. Nice, good, Alex. Forward fold, exhale, nice, Lauren. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine, please. Place the hands down, and your choice on how you get there. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Remember, if you jump back, you land with bent elbows. It's just for your safety and protection. Cobra pose, inhale, elbows in, heart forward, downward dog. Exhale, take your hips up and back. Inhale, lift up, high to your toes, please. Bend your knees, look forward. We're gonna lightly step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Really lightly soft landing. Inhale, lift up, halfway, please lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, nose to knees. Rise up, reach your arms to the sky, big breath in, hands to your heart, exhale. Take your arms up, reach to your fingertips. Turn your palms forward. I don't know if you guys can see this. Turn your palms forward. You're gonna place your right hand in the palm of your left hand. So you're stacking your hands, right hand in the palm of your left hand. Now you're gonna press your right hand back until your arms are right alongside your ears. Some of you maybe even back behind your ears. So you're really actively pressing and extending. Fingertips to the ceiling. Arms are almost squeezing into your ears. This is working our overhead shoulder mobility. It's trying to get more range of motion in our shoulders as they reach up and overhead. All right, keep that in the arms. Bend your knees, chair pose. Keep pressing the right hand back into the left hand. Draw your belly in a lot. Practice the same action in the legs, shins in, inner thighs spiraling down, broaden your hips. Keep sitting into that space, sit a little bit lower. As you exhale, forward fold, sweep the arms back behind you, interlace your fingers now behind your back. Palms are squeezing together so that you're actively lifting and broadening the shoulders. Stretch your knuckles up to the ceiling and over your head. You keep the legs active, shins in and thighs back. Push down through your feet, stretch out through your knuckles. Release your hands slowly to your low back, then all the way down to the ground. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Plant the hands, take it back. Cobra pose, shoulders in, shoulders back, sorry, elbows in, downward facing dog. Take your hips up and back. Good job, everyone. Now, please lift your left leg high to the sky. Left leg lifts up. Now bring your left knee into your chest and step between your hands. Rise up, crescent lunge, arms up to the sky. Pause for a moment and breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. This part of our pose is called open to grace. We open into the possibilities of the shape, of learning something new, of letting something go, of receiving support or inspiration here. That is what it means to open to grace. And our whole practice is hopefully this continued practice of opening to grace, being willing, of being ready, being accepting. Let's see if we can take that grace now and move it through the pose. Inner right thigh is lifting. Lift the inside of the right thigh and broaden the back of the right hip. Outer left hip wraps under. Squeeze into the glutes a little bit. Start to deepen your lunge. From your hips, push through your feet. But keep that sense of grace here without forcing it, without fighting it. Be willing but accepting. You got it, friends. Here comes the fun part. Interlace your hands behind your back now. Reach your knuckles back. Lift your heart to the sky. Slide your knuckles down your right thigh. We're coming into warrior 3. So lean forward. Couple of options. If you prefer to just bring your belly to your thigh and stay here, you can. Maybe even bringing your back knee down for those of you who really want more support. Or come forward and float your right leg up. Fun balancing poses are really great ways to use our core integration. It's one thing to have really good core strength and be able to do a lot of crunches. How do we use that strength? Interlace the hands behind the back. Stretch your knuckles back. Lift your inner right thigh. Start to lift your chest up a little bit higher, friends. For 3. Nice. 2. We're going to take a big step back with our right foot. 1. Warrior 2. Open up your arms. Still bending deeply into your left knee. Easy breaths. In through your nose. Out through your nose. Remember your grace here. Maybe that means you have to back out a little bit, but maybe it gives you space to go a little bit deeper. You're willing to explore, to learn, to let go. And that sense of grace offers you inspiration for the rest of your practice. Inner right thigh, that's your back leg. Inner right thigh spins back. You broaden the back of the right hip. Right? So your right hip maybe comes forward a little bit. This inner spiraling action is really important because it gives you a lot more space in your low back, especially as we go deeper into our back bends. Right? Take your outer left hip, wrap it underneath you more. Start to press from your hips down into your feet. Maybe your lunge gets a little bit deeper here. Nice job, everybody. Inhale, take your left arm up to the sky. Straighten your left leg. Reach up. Stretch back. It's a big side body stretch. Let your left side get really long. Keep reaching back to your left fingertips. Hold it and breathe. Squeeze your heels together. Tone your thighs. Hold and breathe. One more breath. So good, friends. Circle the hands down to the ground. We're taking a side plank pose to the right side. Right hand comes down. Press to your right hand. Lift your left arm to the sky. Side plank to the right side. If you want to bring your right knee down for support, you can. But another fun option is to take a wild thing. Stepping your left foot back behind you, pressing through your feet, lifting through your hips. Can you squeeze the glute on your right side? Just make your right leg a little more active here. Lift your outer left hip higher and reach to your left fingertips towards the ground over your head. One more breath. This looks so good. Come back around to plank pose, friends. Top of a push-up. Excellent job. Lower forward and down. Chaturanga. Make your legs active. Cobra pose. Try inner spiraling your thighs. Squeeze your thighs together. Lift the inner thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Excellent job, everybody. Here we go. Lift your right leg up to the sky, please. Keep it moving. Bring your right knee into your chest and step your right foot between your hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Take both arms up to the sky. Pause. Open to grace. Open up to the possibility that you can discover something new here, that you can strengthen something familiar. right? That you might be letting something go. Grace is that support that we get from something almost greater than ourselves. Knowledge, wisdom, community, whatever it may be in this moment that's inspiring you. Let it help fuel and inspire your pose. For me, it's always, almost always in yoga, community. Being with a group of people, of strong yogis, of open-hearted, open-minded individuals is always something that inspires me and fuels me to explore more of my practice. Tone your thighs. Please lift your inner left thigh. Your legs are feeling it. Outer right hip wraps back. Keep that from the center of your hips. Push down into your feet. Lunge a little bit deeper if you can, if you want to. Interlace your hands. The opposite grip behind your back. Squeeze your palms together. Slide your knuckles down your left thigh. Shoulders back, chest up, inhale. Make sure you're not just dropping your head back here, but you're lifting your chest up, rolling the shoulders back. Lean forward for warrior three. Take it in stages if you need to. Belly to thigh, part one. If you want to bring your back knee down for a moment, you can. When you're ready, lift your left leg off the ground and extend. Good, call and drop your left hip a lot. Lift your inner left thigh more. Just like when we were in that lunge, we were lifting the inner left thigh to broaden the hip. Same thing here. Lift your inner left thigh. Broaden the back of your left hip. Then stretch from your hips, push out to your feet, stretch to your heart. Nice, even. Back leg lifts even more. Good, Gabe. Shoulders lift a little bit. Everybody, really good job. Step back, warrior two. Good job, everyone. Open up the arms. Don't run away from that sensation in the front leg. Breathe into it. Let grace inspire you to move into your best and most true self. Strong, resilient, compassionate. Tone your thighs, squeeze your heels together. Spiral your inner left thigh back. So that's the back leg. Feels like someone's lifting the thigh up towards the ceiling from the inside. This gives you a little more space in your low back to move with freedom. Draw your belly in. Go ahead and take your right hip back and underneath you. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Stretch. Deepen your lunge if you can, please. From your hips, push down into your feet to deepen your lunge. Don't push your hips forward and lose the mobility in your pelvis, the stability in your pelvis, rather. Press into your feet and stretch through your legs. Nice job, everyone. Right arm to the sky. Straighten your right leg. Ooh, that feels spicy. Reach your right arm up and back. Stretch out your right side body here. Really long into the right side body. Try not to turn your chest to the sky. Stay sideways so that your side body, your lateral extension is being activated. Push through your right big toe. Flex your thighs. Reach to your right fingertips. Ready, and circle the hands all the way down to the ground. Take it to your left side, side plank pose. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. Right foot steps to meet the left foot. If you want to keep your left knee down for support, you can. Otherwise, step your right foot back for a wild thing. Press to your feet, lift to your hips, reach to your fingertips. Make your left leg active. When you're ready, come back around. Plank pose, nice, Justina. Both hands down, lower, all the way down to the ground this time. Hold it. Reach your right arm out to the right, please. And roll over to your right side. Step your left foot to the ground behind you. If you want to go a little bit deeper here, reach back with your left hand and grab your left foot. Relax your neck. Unclench your jaw. If you have the foot in your hand, maybe you kick the foot into your hand and open up a little bit more. You roll your left shoulder back. Good, Pablo. Lower your left knee a little bit, Pablo. Yeah. Slowly release your left foot, please. And come over to your left side this time. Same thing, other side. Reach your left hand out to the left. Roll over to your left. Step your right foot to the ground behind you. Reach back with your right hand and grab your right foot if you want to, if you can. Kick the foot back. Notice that your right knee isn't pointing up to the ceiling. You're keeping your thighs and knees inside the width of your hips. So there's that same inner spiraling action happening here. Inner thighs move back. Right inner thigh is moving back. It's a subtle action. Even if you don't necessarily feel it right away, just think about what's your right inner thigh doing in this pose. Inner right thigh moving back. Kick the foot into the hand. Roll your right shoulder back. One more breath here. Come back to your stomach, please. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your palms together. Stretch your knuckles back and lift your thighs. Lift your chest, get longer. Hold it. Knuckles back, shoulders back. Heart forward, toes back for 3. Lift your thumbs higher, 2. Lift your inner thighs more. And 1. Lower down, relax. One more time. Interlace the hands the opposite way behind the back. Palms squeeze together. Ready, knuckles stretch back, chest and shoulders lift, lift your thighs. Option, keep the fingers interlaced. Maybe you bend your knees and bring your knuckles and heels to tap. You're not gonna grab your feet, you're just working your hamstring flexion. Squeeze your heels to your knuckles for 3. Lift your thighs, 2. And everyone relax, lower down 1. Ooh, I got a little spicy there. Please place your hands back next to your chest. Easy Cobra Pose, feet pressed down. Pull your heart forward, please. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. All right, everyone. We're gonna move through our flow one more time, adding just a little bit on. Lift your left leg up to the sky, please. Bring your left knee into your chest, step between your hands. Rise up, Crescent Lunge, take your arms up. Bring your palms together. Bring your thumbs to the back of your neck. So working again our overhead shoulder mobility. Lift your inner right thigh, wrap your left hip under. Ready, deepen your lunge and lean back. Pull your elbows back behind you. Deepen your lunge, squeeze your glutes, then reach out through your fingertips, arms extend up and overhead. From here, warrior 3, interlace the hands behind your back, lean forward. Clasp the hands, lift your right leg up. We're gonna re-engage that little bit of a back bend. Lift your chest, stretch your knuckles back, open your heart. Lift your inner right thigh and bend your right knee. Can your knuckles and heels tap? Lift your thigh, lift your heart for 3. Good, Josina, shoulders up, 2. You got it, Catlin. 1, step it back, warrior 2. Nice, Michael. Big step back to warrior 2. Very nice, my friends. Take a moment, breathe. In through your nose, out through your nose. One more stretch for the shoulders. Take your left arm up to the sky. You can straighten your left leg. Drop your left hand down your back. Now take your right arm, turn your thumb down, and wrap your right arm up your back. See if you can clasp your hands. It's okay if you don't. Just grab your shirt, use a sock, use a towel to help bring your hands closer together, or just use your right hand to grab your left elbow. Okay? You can stay right here in side bend. If you want to lunge back in, re-bending your left knee, you can. Belly in, outer left hip wraps under, squeeze the glutes and lunge. So you can have your front knee bent or straight. Just one more breath. Wherever you chose to be, wherever you ended up, breathe into that shape. Release the hands all the way down to the ground. One more time, side plank to the right side. Press to your right hand, step your left foot back. Side plank, always have the option of bringing the right knee down or stepping your left foot back, wild thing. Good, Barry. Nice, James. Really stretch through your left hand. Reach, reach, reach. That's it. Good, Bertrand. Come back around, please. Plank pose. Come back to the top of the push-up. Rock forward to your toes. Lower all the way down, chaturanga. Keep it low. Cobra pose. All right. Inner thighs lift. Shoulders pull back. Heart opens. Downward facing dog. One more time through. That wasn't too bad, right? Lift your right leg high to the sky. Bring your knee into your chest, step between your hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Ready, palms together, thumbs to the back of your neck. Squeeze your elbows in, lift your elbows up. Scissor your thighs together. Squeeze your glutes lightly. and stretch. Press through your feet, lift through your elbows, stretch, reach through your fingertips, deepen your lunge even more, heart to the sky, working that same overhead shoulder mobility. Come forward, warrior three. Interlace the hands, lean forward, float your left leg up. You can always keep your back foot down for more support, maybe even having your back knee down if you really want to be grounded here. If you're lifted, lift your chest like a back bend, then bend your left knee, knuckles and heels tap. Try not to grab the foot. Lift your chest, lift your toe, lift your thigh. Warrior two, so good everyone. Good, Gabe, step it back. Inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm to the sky, straighten your right leg. Drop your right hand down your back to your shoulder blades. Reach your left arm out to the left, turn your thumb down, then take your left hand up towards your right hand. You can stay here, side bend towards the back of your mat. Make sure it's a side bend and not a back bend. You want to keep your chest pointing towards the long edge of the mat. Tone your thighs, squeeze your glutes, maybe you lunge in. Your choice, ribs in, elbow lifted up, side bend back. Let's take one more breath here. Strong legs, deep breaths. Release the hands, circle the hands all the way down to the ground. Last time, side plank to your left side. Remember, you can always drop your left knee for support. Step your right foot back if you want into a wild thing. Reach to your right fingertips. Keep the left leg really active and strong. That's it. Looking good, Ellen. Bring it all the way back around. Nice, Jessica. Back to plank pose. Lower down. Chaturanga. Good, Becky. Cobra pose. Inhale. Nice, Justina. Downward facing dog. Exhale. All right, everybody. Lower your knees down to the ground, please. Tuck your toes and sit your butt to your heels. Lift, bring your hands onto your heels for camel pose. You're gonna press into your toes, push your hips forward, and roll your shoulders back. Camel pose. Just a few breaths. Inner thighs spiraling back so that your outer hips get wider and broader. Lengthen through that space and lift up into your chest. Notice if your head is just flopping back, right? Keep your neck more or less in line with the rest of your spine. Extend out through the crown of your head. Just another breath here. Slowly lower your hips back down to your heels. My friends, one of our favorite poses to do in yoga is a dancer pose. So you have this chair with you, hopefully. Here is one option. We're going to use the chair to help us balance, and we'll use it again for one more back bend in a second. Watch. So I'll start, you can even start just from this kneeling position. I'll place, I'm going to actually turn it this way. I'm going to place one hand on the chair and lift up, kind of like a warrior three, right? From there, bending the right knee, circle the right arm up and back, grab the big toe side of your right foot and kick. You can keep your hand on the chair. You can walk it up to the next highest level. You can play with floating it off. You've got this chair here for balance and support. Let's do it together if you're not there already. Okay, coming maybe from your knees, step your left foot forward. With or without the chair, you don't have to use it at all. Okay, lift your right leg up like a warrior three position. Maybe you're just gonna stay here and work this bent knee action. But if you can, circle your right arm up and back and grab your right foot. Kick the foot into your hand, lift your big toe up to the ceiling. Stay here or take your left hand to the top of the chair, back of the chair. Stay here or lift your left arm up, reach it forward. We'll hold for 3. Very nice, everyone. Hold it 2. Good, Aaron, lift your thigh even more. And 1, nice one. Slowly step your right foot back behind you. Lower your right knee down to the ground. Bring your left knee next to your right knee. Sit back to your heels. Ready? Let's do that one more time. With or without the chair. You can also use a wall. You can use a stool, the back of a sofa, cooperative pet, anything that you can to balance on. Maybe you're just doing this free without any props at all, which is also fine. Both are great. When you're ready, step your right foot forward. Lift your left leg up, just like that warrior three we've been taking. You want to be about, chest or torso distance away. Stay here, bend your left knee if you want. Keep going, left arm circles back to grab your left foot. Beautiful chairs, everybody. Kick the foot into your hand, stay here or walk your right hand to the top of the chair. Lift your chest up, stay here or lift your right arm up away from the chair. Make your standing leg really strong. Lift your chest, lift your thigh, breathe for 3. Beautiful, 2. Slowly release it, 1. Nice job, step your left foot back. Lower your left knee down, bring your right knee down. Sit back under your heels. Very nice. We're gonna take one more back bend today, making our way into our wheel pose, our Urdhva Dhanurasana. I'm gonna give you some options, okay? Option 1 is to come onto your back. You can watch for a second and just do an easy bridge pose. Maybe you interlace your hands behind your back. Okay, option 2, supported back bend using our good friend, the chair, right? I'm gonna sit into the chair backwards, as close to the seat as I can, then slowly lower myself back. You might wanna put a pillow or something here over the edge of the chair so it doesn't hurt if you feel like it's gonna hurt you. Walk your hands down nice and slowly. Walk your hands down, and you can take a really nice restorative back bend here. If your hands reach the opposite legs, you can hold on to the opposite legs. Mine don't quite get there. All right, this is one option as well. This feels actually really good, and you can hold this for as long as you want, and then slowly come back up when you're ready. Okay, one of those two options, go ahead and find it now. Bridge pose or using your chair to move slowly into a bridge pose. You might need to modify a little bit depending on what kind of chair you're using. I happen to be able to get really close to the back of my chair so it doesn't feel like it's going to tip over. And then Sivan, you can actually even use just like the edge of your sofa if you wanted to, like lie with your, oh, you got something good. There you go. Really anything with an edge to it that you feel like you can lie over, so good. Okay, another couple of breaths here. If you are going to stay here, that's great. Stay where you are. If you're ready to come up, take one more breath. And slowly, you can even hook your feet around the chair leg to help pull you up. Just make sure you don't tip over, please. Maybe you're gonna do one more round of that, nice chair acrobatics, or you can set the chair to the side for now and come down onto your back. We'll take just a traditional back bend. So your choice, stick with the chair or without the chair. When you're ready, inhale to lift up bridge pose or upward facing bow this time. Hands right alongside your ears. Hopefully that pose reminded your body that it's capable of opening up into this big shape. It's really all we're looking for in this practice. Yoga isn't a promise of rewards and prizes, but rather a reminder of our strengths, what we're capable of, and the ability to move with grace. And that's sort of what grace is actually, a reminder of our strength and resilience, our willingness to grow and to learn. It's not a promise, but it's a practice. Ooh, this is really good. One more breath. If you're still up, shins in, thighs down, press to your feet. Lower yourself all the way down. All right, we just did a lot of back bends in a row. Feeling very energized and hopefully really balanced now. All right, having moved our spine and body in a way that's a little bit counter to our 90% of our day, let's say. Take one more back bend. Ready? Inhale, lift your hips up, bridge pose or upward bow. Last one of our practice today. Inhale and lift it up. Press through your feet. Lengthen through the front of the body. Remember, to get more length in the front, you can engage the muscles in the back. So broaden your upper back. Lengthen through your low back. Lightly squeeze the glutes. Press into your feet. Press into your hands. Lower yourself slowly down to the ground. Once your hips come down, bring your feet together and your knees apart. Suta, Baddha, Konasana. Take a few breaths here. Slow it back down. In through your nose and out through the mouth a few times. Just a reminder that you're telling your body it's going to start to cool down. Keep your feet where they are. Take your left foot and place it all the way to the outside of your right thigh. Left foot is going to come to the ground outside of your right thigh so that your left knee is pointing up to the ceiling. And just hold here for a moment. You can press your ankle of your left foot and the thigh of your right leg together. It's going to give you some rotation in your left hip. We don't want to force it. We're going to move just really slowly and subtly into these releasing shapes here. Reach down with your right hand, grab your left foot, please, and stretch your left leg out to the right for a bigger twist. Left foot reaches out to the right, holding on to your left foot with your right hand. Maybe look over your left shoulder. One last option here, if you want it, is to reach down with your left hand and maybe grab a hold of your right foot. That's totally optional. We'll hold it for maybe just another 2 or 3 breaths. If you have a hold of the right foot, please let it go. Okay, let's start to sweep the left leg all the way back, straight leg to face the front of the mat, coming onto your back again. You can keep your right knee out to the right, still in that same bent knee shape. The left leg is straight. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Interlace your hands behind your left leg, please. Press up through your left foot. Maybe you walk your left hand a little bit higher, or both hands up a little higher. Take the left leg into half happy baby. Bend your left knee. Pull your left thigh wide and down. You can keep your right knee wide. If you need to lift it up, that's fine. And try to keep the right knee exactly where we started. Left thigh is wide, half happy baby. Very good. Now place your left foot back in line with your right foot. Bring your feet together. And let's switch sides. So now we're doing that whole little flow to the other side. Please take your right foot and place it just outside of your left thigh to the left. It's a little bit of a twist. Your right ankle is, for me, it's right up against my left thigh. And I'm just going to press my ankle and thigh together so that the outer right hip is stretching. A right foot to the left, pressing right ankle and left thigh together so that we feel a nice stretch in your outer right hip and glute. And look over your right shoulder for a little more of a twist. Okay, when you're ready, reach down with your left hand to grab your right foot and start to stretch your right leg out towards the left, coming into a twist. Right leg doesn't have to go all the way straight, but reaches out to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Option to reach down with your right hand and grab your left foot. Opposite hand to opposite feet. All right, so your left leg is bent, your right leg is extended. You're in this nice twisting action. Look over your right shoulder. Release the left foot if you have it, but keep it exactly where it is. And start to slide your right leg all the way back to the top of the mat. Right leg straight, roll onto your back. Okay, lift your right leg up to the sky, please. Interlace your hands behind your right leg, thigh, ankle, calf, wherever you get. Draw your right thigh down into your hip, but push out through your right foot. Keep your left knee nice and heavy if you can. We'll take the right leg into a half happy baby. Grab the right foot and bend your right knee. Take your right thigh wider than your right rib cage and pull the right hip thigh down. Right thigh goes wider than the ribs, pulls down to the ground. Can you keep your left knee a little bit wide and heavy so you're getting more external rotation in your left hip? Couple of breaths here. Thigh pulls down and wide. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just remind your body that it's time to cool down if it hasn't started yet. We'll bring the right foot back to the left foot, Suta, Baddha, Konasana. Stretch your arms over your head. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Take a big full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Go ahead and just rock yourself up really quick. We're going to finish up using potentially our chair. Okay, if you don't want to use this, that's fine. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place my chair down. I'm going to bring my legs up to rest on the chair. That way my low back is really flat and neutral here. Again, if you want to use a pillow or blanket underneath your legs, you can grab that. If this doesn't appeal to you, it doesn't feel comfortable for you, just take a nice regular Shavasana. If you feel like you need a little bit more movement, I might suggest a plow pose to finish it up. Toes stretch back. It's going to stretch out your spine nice and long. And I'm trying to leave us with just a little bit of that back bend feeling, right? Not fully having let it go, to remind ourselves of all that's possible in our body, to remember the balance that we're trying to find. If you're ready, Shavasana, eyes closed, heart open. Even here, find that opening to grace, the possibility of possibility. Remembrance of your strength and your support, your ability and your knowledge. Your willingness to grow and let go. This last Shavasana, what else can you let go of? Anything that limits you, holds you back, set it free. And in doing so, set yourself free. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles, please. Stretch out your arms, stretch out your legs. Take a deep breath in. And sigh it out, let it go. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock over to your side. You start to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We'll sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll close with an Om, bringing us all together. Exhale your breath out. Inhale for Om. The light in me honors the light in you. May that light shine brightly for us all. Thank you for practice. Thank you so much, my friends. Great job today. Very inspired by all of you, by all of your effort and hard work. If you have questions, comments, requests, or feedback, please find me on Instagram or Facebook, Stephen Arcos Yoga. It's also my Venmo, so if you have the ability to donate or give today, greatly appreciate it. Stephen Arcos Yoga can also be my email address if you want to send me an email. And that being said, I'd really love to get emails from some of you who I don't have contact info, so that as time goes by, I can stay in connection with you and we can continue to grow our community together. So that's Stephen at Stephen Arcos Yoga. Basically, Stephen Arcos Yoga everywhere you go. Venmo, Instagram, Facebook. Thanks, y'all. I'll see you soon. I'm not going to hang up just yet.